everyone. This is showing you how to set up mysql for Windows or whatever you have. I'm doing Windows 10, so just so you can see that. Not me to X that out, but I guess we gotta deal with it. So you're gonna click Developer Default when the installation page pops up and it shows you what you're installing. The ones we're gonna definitely need are we're gonna need this. We're gonna need MySQL Server. Workbench is pretty helpful, and we'll do that. It's gonna grab a bunch of other stuff. Some of these are gonna fail. We'll have to deal with it. But you know, you do what you gotta do. So that's good. And now we're waiting for Workbench to install. And want that go to well. Might hear my cat meowing in the background. She wants out. I'll let you out in a moment, kitty, okay? She's giving me the stink eye. Probably should let her out. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, so you also got server, workbench, that's really good. We even got MySQL for Excel, which we maybe probably won't be using, but you know, it's good for future reference. There's still a few more. A couple of these might fail, and before I explain any more, let me check how Bandicam is doing. Before I install this, I had to download Visual Studio for my computer, and I know it's a big application, but you're going to want to grab all the C++ extensions, and then I had an error where it was asking me to download the 2019 C++ redistribution, and I just copy-pasted the error message, and I put it into Google, and then I downloaded it, and then it should work after that, and then now, I had an issue, and I deleted this footage because I was really frustrated with it at the time, where essentially I could not get to work and it was asking me to upgrade the client, and it wouldn't let me download more stuff no matter what link I clicked. If you encounter that exact same error, what I'd recommend you do is you are going to need to basically go on your computer, uninstall every single file instance of it you can, and then do a fresh clean install, which I'm doing right now. This is attempt like number 3, I think. Well, attempt number 2 after a fresh install. But yeah, so delete everything that you installed from MySQL, redo it, and it looks like it's going to be a lot better. I tend to notice you have to attempt to install this thing twice. So I apologize if you come up with any difficulties. I'll do my best to help you, but the gist is, if it asks you for the C++ distro and you'll see error messages pop up, just copy-paste it, go to Google, download it, and yeah, so make sure you have Visual Studio downloaded, and download all the C++ things in the menu when you see it pop up. And by the menu, I mean there'll be a bunch of, it'll have options and little checkboxes next to icons of like different programming languages, and you can click those to pop them up. Actually, I already have a tutorial on Visual Studio, I realized, but yeah, just follow that. And I'm just killing time while I'm waiting for this to download. I don't have any editing software on my computer, and I'm kind of lazy and I refuse to edit because I'm working kind of short on time. So, sorry about all the blank space here. You could probably put this on like times 2 speed and wait for it to all finish up and all that jazz. Maybe I'll just put this thing on pause. You know, I'll try that. Play. Okay. Alright, so we have successful install, which I am thrilled about. Remember, if you get that error and it says install the MySQL distro, just copy paste in Google, go to the link, download it, and it should work just fine. Alright, so what you're going to do after you have a successful install, or if you didn't, you fixed it, and then you retried, and you got everything to work. By the way, if you want to retry, click the back, and then click next once you've done your install. Then you're going to click next, and then it's going to, now this part's really important, so what you're going to do is I'm going to set up a notepad, or any type of application to save your details on your computer, because the passwords and stuff you set now will become absolutely vital later. So take my word for it, I didn't do it the first time I installed it, and it created a whole mess of problems that, trust me, you don't want to deal with. So make sure you have a notepad, and I'm just going to configure my Windows a little bit. Ignore that, I was just trying to learn something. So you're going to want to do is you're going to want to save this notepad somewhere you can find it. Okay, don't just default save it and you have no idea where it went and then you worry about it because you can't find it later. Okay, don't pull a Sharon and do that. So I'm going to call this, let's call this mysql underscore setup. See if it'll let me call it there we go. Alright. So we're going to go through here, we're going to keep track of everything we're doing. So we're going to set up the server, the router, and we don't really have to set that up, but just there for us. So we're going to do a standalone server. We're not going to do a cluster because, yeah, we're not doing that. And we got a development computer. This all looks good. We're going to do a password for this thing. So remember, this is your root password. So I recommend you do is you write mysql password. So I'm going to make this really simple. I'm just going to call this something like mysql, and then I'll probably copy paste. Let's find this out. So let's call this. Alright, so what I did is I made, since this database isn't going to be online, I can make this password whenever I'd like. And I made my password, guess what, MySQL password. I don't do this on anything else, I want to put that disclaimer out there, so before you guys judge me, I don't normally do this. This feels very wrong, but I'm doing it anyway. And by the way, this is your root account, and the root account is basically your, think about like your admin account. It's the account that's above all other accounts, and it's the main account. And I know my password is weak. You don't have to roast me in MySQL. So yeah, so save that. Make sure you have it. Label it as root and then MySQL password. And this is your root account. So, and you're going to see we have, you can add MySQL users. We'll add one for now. And let's just call this user1. And we'll say all those. We'll say we do an admin. You can make it, give it these other things. I want to, give this guy everything, and we'll give this one, we'll call this user, I'll type it over here, so I'm going to go over here and I'm going to write user1 and I'm going to say password. If I can type, it's like I just woke up, so maybe my typing skills aren't back. So let's call this user chapstick. User chap. There we go. So I'm going to copy paste this password into here. And it says my password is weak, and that is true. And because this thing is going to be online, keep that as all hosts. User1, copy paste your password, save it, and then we're going to continue. And I'm running out of time for this video, so I'm going to try to speed through this. This all looks good. Click next. And this is going to go through and show you how it's going to load through all this. Just click execute, and you'll see all this stuff go through. And that's it for this video. I'll continue in the next video how to install this.